Yeah. So select query is used to retrieve data as per the end user requirement. Yeah. So the first thing is that we're supposed to be import MySQL dot connector. Okay. And obviously we have to establish the connection, and query is supposed to write query is equal to. There is a syntax of writing the selection is that, if you want to retrieve the entire the data from the table, then we supposed to go with the select star from the table name is called as student underscore details. Is this the table name, right? Okay. Then the connection is going to be obviously MySQL dot connector dot connect, where we supposed to pass to host is equal to localhost, and the user is, for me it is Venkat, for you it is root, and password is, for me as an admin I created a password as MySQL. For you, you might have created, and database is that. What is your database name? Python underscore morning underscore DB. Yeah. So connection would be established. Then the cursor need to be created. Cursor is equal to connection dot cursor. Okay. Then obviously we supposed to execute the query that, cursor dot execute. Already we have written the query called as a selection query. Okay. See, the point here is that whenever we display the data, it has to be hold it. Data dot, isn't it? Cursor dot fetch all. Are you seeing? There is a built-in function called as a fetch all, which is to be retrieved the entire the data. It will be stored into an object called as a data. Now display the data. So if the data will be displayed in the form of a table, obviously we require a for loop or while loop. For record in operator data colon. Then you print, obviously, here is your data. Here is your data colon /n, where is supposed to call data. Obviously, after displaying entire the data, then obviously we can close the connection. Close the connection. Yeah, the data will be displayed over here. Complete data. You need not to go back to the database, and you need not to see the data has come. First is roll number 1, 501. These are the details. Always the database details are going to be displayed as, what? As the list of tuples. Open brackets, close bracket means tuples, list of tuples. Clear? So 501, 502, 503. There are 3 students are available. Clear? This is how the data will be displayed accordingly. So the selection query might change based on the requirement. The selection query might change based on the requirement. It is to retrieve all the data. So similarly, we can able to make it as a comment, and then I can write a query little different that, query is equal to select. I don't want everybody's data. I want one student data. So select the name of the student name from the student underscore details. Jyoti. అవును. లేదు నేను క్లాస్లో ఉన్నాను మళ్ళీ. హలో. Where there is a class, there is a where class where student ID is equal to 501. I want to know only the student name, and if you want, you can able to keep student phone number. Where the student ID will be this. So obviously it will be display the corresponding query is not defined. Select names from the student details. Where student query spelling I have written incorrectly. ఎక్కడ comma is required. No, ఇక్కడ నేను query తప్పించాను. Yeah. So there is a student is Anu, whose phone number is this? So the where class will be changes. You have to consider that the student ID as a primary key, but we haven't applied the integrity constraint so far. But you have to consider that, wherever the student ID is 502, now their data will be shown to you. If you want a 503, I don't want a phone number. I want to know the codes which has been chosen by student ID 503. Then you just supposed to be specify codes. I want to know, I'm interested in the roll number 503, which particular subject has taken. I wanted to know. Then it will be displayed the only one value, which is a full stack Python has been taken. So the selection query can be written at any granularity level based on the requirements to be displayed for the end user. Yeah, you can write any number of queries. Let me give you the entire program to you. Please you execute and confirm with me. Can quickly execute and show me. It's done, right? Yeah, okay. What about remaining people? I've been there. Okay. Let's go to now. Once you have learned how to select the data, let's go to how to update the data, because sometimes the data can be incorrectly given. Sometimes the phone number can be updated. Sometimes email ID can be updated. Let's go how to update the data over the database. Update query MySQL. The same import MySQL dot connector. Yeah. Then query is that you have to remember the queries, there will be a syntax which is come from the structured query language. Don't think that this SQL will be syntax look like a Python, isn't it? We are writing all this by combination of Python with a SQL. Whatever the queries we are writing will be a syntax from the SQL. Remaining all will be a Python code, right? So here, whatever I'm writing update is the keyword come from the SQL. It's not come from the Python. Update. What you want to update? I wanted to update the table called as a student underscore details. Set. This is the keyword. What you wanted to update? Let's suppose. Come. Let's suppose. Student name. There is a Srini is there, right? Whose SID is 502. I wanted to update MIDDE Srini. This is how I want it to be updated. Because earlier surname hasn't given. Now I wanted to update the surname too. Now, where student ID is equal to 502. So, if you look at, let me show you in the database, MySQL. MSQL. So where I wanted to use, there is a database called as Python underscore morning underscore DB. Then I wanted to see select star from student underscore details. What? Yes. Okay, so here I wanted to update whose student ID is 502. Rather than the Srini, I wanted to update it as along with the surname. So let's see, how exactly it will be happen. So, okay. Rest of the code is same. These 3 lines are common. Okay. Obviously, after execution, I think we can able to print. We can commit also. Connection dot commit. And the print statement is that your record has been updated successfully. Okay. Then obviously connection dot close. So I'm just executing it. I think the record has been updated. Let's go back and check whether it has been updated or not. So I'm just reselecting. Yeah, if you look at the data, which is the name of the Srini has been updated. The name can be updated, course can be updated, phone number can be updated. You write a query to 503, Bindu has chosen automation testing. Accidentally, computer operator might have updated that. She also took the Python full stack. Now I wanted to change whose student ID is 503. Bindu has chosen not Python full stack. She has chosen automation selenium testing. Can you update it? Update and show me. I'm giving you this particular code. Yeah. Completed. Is that working? Yeah. Okay. Let's go ahead with our the last very frequently we applied. There is a delete query. Delete query means if you wanted to delete a record, you just simply you can delete. No, same. The query is going to be changed. The same is going to be there in the same code. I'm just delete from student data where the student ID is 503. I want to delete whose student ID is 503 from the entire the database, which is a table. Clear? So afterwards, your record has been deleted. Let's you see now currently Bindu is there. Now I wanted to delete this particular 503 record completely. You see now, let me execute this particular program. Record has been deleted successfully. Go back and check. Right, this is how So you have learned how to create a database, how to create a table, how to insert the data, how to select the data, how to update the data, how to delete the data. All these are the CRUD operations. We can say DDL and DML operations. Data definition language operations, data manipulation related languages. I will show you now how this particular applications will make. Right. So these particular operations does not just like that we write. Will we make an application? Like, I make a student management system application. This is the front end. Are you clear? You have written insert query, right? Where I used to write an insert query. If I click on enroll button, behind it, I used to write an insert query. Let's suppose I'm writing some data, like, the student ID is 401. Student name is Ravi. Student phone number is this. The moment if I click on enroll button, it has to store in a specific record, specific table in a specific desired database. Click data inserted. Where the data is available now, I'll show you the code. Here, student underscore details is the table. The database is that student underscore DB. Let me check. Let me go through this particular thing. What is the database name? Student underscore DB. Show tables. There is persons and student underscore details table. Let me show you. Just now I have inserted one student data, right? From the student underscore details. Clear? The Ravi's data is out. Now whatever the queries you have written, right? Just now selection query, all this, right? I don't want to be write a program like just writing program and execution doesn't meaningful, right? You have to write this kind of queries, this kind of applications you have to make. Are you clear? Now I'm giving you this, but see here, if you look at this program, I use object-oriented programming. I created same tkinter for graphical user interface I used. I created buttons, labels according to the way I have shown you. Afterwards, whenever you are creating a button, especially button 1, enroll button 2, update button 3, show data, select query will be written, update data, update query will be written. You can delete also, right? Like all the things will be available on the dashboard. Being an end user, being a computer operator, you will not see all this code. Yes or no? You will be see only the user interface. If you want to enroll the student, you insert the data and click on enroll so that data will be gone stored into database. The same person after 2 months, he will come to hospital. We'll ask him that, tell me your customer ID will say, like patient ID will ask. Enter the patient ID, click on show so that the details will be shown to you. This is how the things will happen, right? So you please take this code. This enroll is the user defined function. Are you clear? Will be written behind the enroll button. Now similarly, update. We have written just now update query, right? Update student details set. Student name is going to be a %s means string, where student ID is %s, and it has to be reflected accordingly. Small codes are going to be changed. Rest of will be same. Commit. What cell? Oh, this is object-oriented programming. I think You haven't seen, right? మీకు చెప్పలేదు నేను ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ క్లాస్ అండ్ స్టూడెంట్ అని ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లో ఉంటుంది యాక్చువల్గా. ఈ ఒక్క పార్టీ డిఫరెంట్, రిమైనింగ్ ఎంటైర్ ద సేమ్. సెల్ఫ్ ఇస్ ది కీవర్డ్, ఇట్స్ దిస్ పాయింటర్ అంటారు దాన్ని, ఆబ్జెక్ట్ పాయింటర్ అంటాం యాక్చువల్గా. ఇట్స్ నోటేషన్ ఫ్రమ్ ది ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్. ఈవెన్ అది లేకుండా కూడా రాయొచ్చు మనం, వితౌట్ ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఓరియంటెడ్ ప్రోగ్రామింగ్ లేకుండా కూడా రాయొచ్చు. ఒక ఫస్ట్ లో మనం క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తాము, దాని యొక్క ఆబ్జెక్ట్ ఇక్కడ క్రియేట్ చేస్తాం లాస్ట్ లో. OB is equal to student of window. ఈ 2 lines మాత్రమే డిఫరెన్సెస్, రిమైనింగ్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఇస్. సో ప్లీజ్ ఇక్కడ నేను ఎంటర్ చేయగానే ఫీల్డ్స్ అన్ని క్లియర్ అయిపోయినాయి కదా, ఫ్లష్ అయిపోయాయి. సి ఆఫ్టర్ ఎంటరింగ్ ద డేటా, లైక్ సంథింగ్ కాల్డ్ as 402 స్టూడెంట్ వెంకట్, స్టూడెంట్ ఫోన్ నంబర్ is 7799132754. whenever you click enroll, the fields will be flushed. For that, we need to write there is a code is called as a clear code. After enrolling, here I called that particular function, right? Here, self.clear function. It will show you the student enrollment is done, then it will be clear automatically. That's how the functions are going to call. Are you clear? I'm giving you this particular code to you. Your job is simply you have to create a table. You have to create a table in the database because you need to do that. These are the 3 fields you have to create: SID, student name, and phone number, because 3 fields you wanted to write. So if you want, describe student underscore details. This is the schema of the table. You have to create anyhow you have a database, right? What is a database? Python underscore morning underscore DB is there, in which you create a table with 3 fields: student ID, name, and phone number, varchar, and you create a front end, which is a graphical user interface. If you enter the data, it will be going stored into this. So your job is now, code is readily available with you. You have to create a database. You change the database, in which table you have to create. Database you have now. Are you clear? ఈ టేబుల్ని మీరు క్రియేట్ చేసి ఇప్పుడు డేటాని ఎంటర్ చేస్తే ఆటోమేటిక్గా ఎంటర్ అయిపోతుంది. అక్కడ చేయండి ఒకసారి, ఇప్పుడే చేసి చూపించాలి నాకు. ఈ టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేయండి. ఇక్కడ వెళ్ళి మీరు ఇక్కడ నేను స్టూడెంట్ అండర్స్కోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ అనే టేబుల్ నేమ్ కూడా స్టూడెంట్ సేమ్ ఇవ్వండి, కానీ ఓన్లీ 3 ఫీల్డ్స్తో మీరు టేబుల్ క్రియేట్ చేయాలి: స్టూడెంట్ ఐడి, స్టూడెంట్ నేమ్, స్టూడెంట్ ఫోన్ నెంబర్. ఎక్కడ నా సిస్టమ్ నేను పంపించిన ప్రోగ్రాంలో స్టూడెంట్ అండర్స్కోర్ DB అని ఉంది. మీరు ఇప్పుడు పైథాన్ అండర్స్కోర్ మార్నింగ్ అండర్స్కోర్ DB అని చేంజ్ చేసేయాలి. సార్ నో, టేబుల్ నేమ్ కూడా స్టూడెంట్ అండర్స్కోర్ డీటెయిల్స్ అనే పెట్టండి, కానీ 3 ఫీల్డ్స్ పెట్టాలి. ఎందుకు? మనం అక్కడి నుంచి 3 ఫీల్డ్స్ ఎంటర్ చేస్తున్నాం కదా. ఇఫ్ యూ వాంట్ మోర్, యూ కెన్ క్రియేట్ email ID, you can create a father name, you can add a other name. Like let's suppose ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఒక్కసారి, ఇక్కడ చూడండి ఎన్ని ఫీల్డ్స్ ఉన్నాయి: స్టూడెంట్ ఐడి, స్టూడెంట్ నేమ్, స్టూడెంట్ ఫోన్ నంబర్, స్టూడెంట్ ఆధార్ నంబర్, స్టూడెంట్ పాన్ నంబర్, మెయిల్ ఐడి, ఫాదర్ నేమ్, మదర్ నేమ్, బ్లడ్ గ్రూప్, క్వాలిఫికేషన్, స్టూడెంట్ కోడ్స్. ఇఫ్ ఐ enroll, డేటా విల్ బి ఇన్సర్టెడ్. కానీ టేబుల్లో ఎన్ని వాల్యూస్ కావాలి? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 ఫీల్డ్స్, 12 కాలమ్స్ ఉండాలి టేబుల్. ఆర్ యు క్లియర్? ఇది మీకు కాంప్లికేట్ అవుతాయి. ఫస్ట్ యూ క్రియేట్ దట్, దెన్ ఐ విల్ షేర్ దిస్ పర్టికులర్ కోడ్ టు. ఏం కనెక్షన్ నువ్వు ఇన్స్టాల్ చేసావు? మామూలుగా అయితే లాగిన్ అవుతుందా? Okay, I'm coming. Can you do that, please, you guys? I'm just stop this particular connection. Install.